Hello everybody, welcome back to Whimsy Crafter. As you can recognize this plant from my earlier unboxing video, this is the plant that I had ordered online for the first time. This is my first African violet plant, and while I was examining the plant, I found something really interesting, and this really delighted me as a gardener because when you get unexpected things, it really makes you happy. So like I was telling you, when I was examining the plant, I haven't done anything to the plant. I just have kept it in a brightly lit eastern window. And when I was examining the plant, I found this particular portion sticking out really wobbly in the soil. First I thought this is joined with the plant over here, but then later as the soil started drying out, I discovered that this is an entirely different plant. Okay, so this may or may not have originated from this one over here, but this one, as you see over here, has the potential of growing into a full new plant. And obviously, you know, my excitement knew no bounds. You can see roots already over here, but the thing is that this extension is too much, and you don't require such an extension when you're planting this. Okay, so what I'll try to do today is I'll try to plant this, and I will see how things turn out. I have nothing to lose. I already have one plant, and this will be my experimental guinea pig of sorts, if you might say. So let's see how I plant it. Alright, so as you can see on the screen, we have a lot of things over here. So let me tell you what I have got over here. This is coco peat. This is ordinary garden soil. This is compost, cow dung compost. And this is succulent and cactus mix. You can see this is very airy. And if I kind of bring it closer and try to focus on it, you will see it has vermiculite in it. It has perlite in it, and it has cocoa dust in it as well. And then we also have fungicide over here, and then there is our baby plant. So usually African violets require a soil which holds moisture considerably for quite some time, but then it does not suffocate or clog the roots, because African violets, like orchids, love humid conditions. They don't like to dry out, and humidity is an important factor in growing them apart from light. And if you let them dry out too much, they might wilt and they might not survive. So I have planned to mix all these things together. Ordinary gardening soil is not the best choice for your African violets, and I'm here in India, West Bengal. We don't really cultivate African violets a lot over here, and finding an African violet mix separately is very difficult. We do not have such dedicated gardening stores. We have local nurseries, but they deal with, plants of local varieties, and such exotic rare bred plants are very difficult to find. Their upkeep is a bit on the costlier side. So it is always a good idea to mix soil which suits your weather and which suits the requirements of the plant. And in case you don't have cactus and succulent mix, you can always mix coco peat, compost, and coarse sand in 2:1:1 ratio. So the coarse sand should be around 1 part, the compost should be 1 part, and coco peat should be 1 part. I am placing the coco peat at a higher portion because coco peat retains moisture, and that is what is required for the violet. Using ordinary gardening soil is not the best choice, because you see, if I clench my fist like this, it becomes it aggregates into a formation, which is not really what you're looking for when you are making soil for African violet. Anyway, so first what I will do is I will mix all these ingredients together. I am using a little bit of fungicide because African violets require a lot of moisture and light, and both these two are very, very potent sources of creating fungus, and you don't want fungus right when you're starting out your seedlings, because they are the number one factors of killing your seedlings. So I have found great results after using fungicide. Any systemic fungicide shall work and instantly. So I always prefer using fungicides when I'm starting out new plants, and it actually helps prevent all your efforts going to waste actually. So I'll mix all these together very thoroughly and firmly. Okay. So the resultant mixture will be very light and porous, and if I try to clench it, it will crumble down again. This is the kind of mixture that you are looking for. Something that is not really very fast draining, and something that is not really very moisture retentive, somewhere in between. Alright. So our soil mixture is ready, and I'll be using a basic, I think this is a 5-inch pot. I have lined the bottom with pieces of charcoal. I always do this to enhance the drainage. There shouldn't be any water logging in the pot. That is the idea. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, here. Alright, and now comes the plant. So like I said, this portion over here is a bit too much, okay? And these leaves, if I leave them, and you see they are not really in the best of shape. So if I leave this on the plant will use up most of its energy to, process the plant, or maybe assist in it in their decaying, and the energy will not be directed towards the root formation. So the first thing that I will do is remove the leaves, not all. This portion is called the crown, and you want to save this portion, but this portion can be dealt with properly. So first I will remove these leaves which I don't want. I will leave these 2. I won't keep these 3. And this is my age-old paper cutter. This is actually very old. This has been with me through thick and thin. So I really don't dispense of this paper cutter of mine. So I lightly cut off the leaves like this. And the leaves are very brittle, so you have to be very careful. If you want, you can experiment with growing these leaves. You can stick it in the soil and see if they really grow. Now when we come to this particular portion, it is a rhizome-like structure. You see there are roots growing out of it, but the best thing to do to regenerate this plant, as you can see, it has structures which are growing like the ones over here. So what you can do is, taking this structure, keeping considerable amount of stem to be stuck in the ground, you can make an incision like this right here. I'll try to zoom and show you what I am doing. So if this is the plant, I'll make an incision here. So is a clean cut that I have made. Okay, and I'll make another. I have made an angular cut, as you can see. I'll make another cut this way so that this forms a V, and then I'll show you what I do. So I'll keep it again over here. This is the broken portion. Okay. So here we go. This is roughly a V right now. Okay. Now we'll plant this portion. One more thing that we need to do is, using the blunt side of the paper cutter, score the rhizome type formation like this. This is like a wake up call for the rhizome. You can score these portions so that the excess soil particles just come off. You can score the portion like this. So here's my pot, here's my soil, and here's my prepped up plant. You don't need to plant these in big containers. African violets like small containers, and it is only when they become root bound that they start blooming. So what I will do is I will moisten the soil first. Okay, so here's my water sprayer, air pressure sprayer. I have taken lukewarm water over here to kick start the process. I'll build up pressure in this nozzle first, and then I'll gently mist it. I think that's enough. And now I'll mix it once again to incorporate all that moisture. Okay, so we are done now. This has been thoroughly moistened. And now I'll fill my pot with the soil. Okay, do not pack it down too much. This much will suffice. Okay, now I'll take a pen. I'll make a hole right in the center like this, not too deep. Okay, just bare minimum to cushion the plant, and I'll place it. I'll cushion the plant with the soil around it, and I'll add some more soil around it. So that's it. I will not water this anymore, and the last step to this I will show you. So stay tuned. Okay, so we are done with the potting now. The last thing to be done is to provide humidity. It's very cold in Kolkata right now. It's around 17 to 18 degrees Celsius. It keeps fluctuating in the month of January. So it's obvious. So to ensure humidity, what I have done is I have taken a clear plastic bag like this. I will cover the plant all the way to the top like this. You have to take a big plastic bag for this. Tie the knot over here. Okay. And then keep the plastic upright. This will only remain until the plant starts growing, and once or twice if you see too many water droplets forming around the plastic, you need to remove it, otherwise the plant is going to rot. And I will keep this at the same place where I keep my original violet plant, that is on a sunny eastern window. And let's see, this is an experiment, so let's see if we succeed or if we fail. So thank you so much for watching this video. I will keep you updated with the progress or the failures. So please stay tuned to my channel, and if you have not already subscribed, don't forget to hit that subscribe button right below this video, and don't forget to select the all option from the notification panel so that you get notified whenever I post a new video on my channel. Take care and happy gardening.